Hello everyone, I am Arif Ahmed. So this is the part one of the final project. So here I created the data set of the 15 person which a student gonna interact with, and I categorize them into like 5 types of relations, like cousins, siblings, classmate, teachers, and friend. And the variable I added is the interaction with each person per month in hour, and the other variables are length of relations in year, and we're going to measure the strength of relations. So uh, here the dependent variable is the strength of relation, and the independent variable are the interaction with each person per month and the length of relation. So I plotted the data in this scatter plot. So here in the x-axis I plot the interaction with each person per month, and the y-axis is the strength of the relations, and the I made the color, the relationship type, green for classmate, yellow for cousin, purple for friend, blue for sibling, and brown for teacher. So we can see that uh, the friend Zivan got the highest strength of the relationship with the student, and the student has the 20 hours interaction with Zivan each month, and the length of relation with Zivan is 13 years. So we can see that in general, the friend and the sibling and the cousin and the friends got the higher strength than the classmate and the teachers. So we can conclude that which person the student got the like known for longest time and got interaction more frequently, then he got the strongest relationship with that person. Here I put it also in a chart type of graph, and we can see that like the siblings and friends and cousins, classmates, these got the like highest relationship with strength, and the teacher is types is not that strength relation with the student. This is part 2. We are now going to analyze the crime data. Here we can see the API codes. So what are the API codes? API code is assigning to each category of crimes. By this API code, the law enforcement can easily understand which type of crime is occurred. API code make with the cipher system, it can be decoded to get the actual meaning. So these are the API codes that we have, and there are 26 distinct API code are here. And you can see there are these are the primary type of crimes like arson, assault, battery, burglary, concealed carry license weapon, etc. And we can also see that there are 35 distinct type of crimes. So now we are going to plot here the API code versus the case number, and we can see that the API code for 06, there are like over a million cases for this code, and for some other codes there are not many cases, like for 01B there is only 22 cases. For code uh, 12 there is only 1229 cases, and for case 13 there is 2570 cases. So after that we're going to analyze the type of crime versus the case number. So we can see that the most uh, type of crime is occurred is the theft. it is over 1200,000. And the second types of crime is like the battery related, and which is like over a million. And there are some other crimes which occurs a few times, like non-criminal activities and the concealed carry weapon and the domestic violence, which is really low, like one. So now this is the chart. This is the line plot of the crime over period. So we can see that the crime occurred from here we have the data from 2001 2015, and from and, we can see that from the line graph the crime is dramatically decreased over the year. At 2001 the crime was like around half a million, but in 2015 crime get uh, reduced and goes down to 151,000 only. This is the part 3. Now we are going to analyze our sales data. So we are now plotting here the sales and profit for each category in each region. Like there, we divide the data in 4 regions in the USA. And for that, we're going to choose the scatter plot, because for multivariate data analysis, geometric figures like scatter plot is very nice representation of data, of which we can easily analyze and have the insight of the data. We plot the data as follows, like we plot the profit in columns and the sales in rows, and we put all the 4 regions in filters, and we put the category in colors, like red for technology, green for office supplies, and yellow for furnitures. And we plot the profit in size. The larger the size is, higher the profit. And we can see here that the item technologies sales and profit is much higher, and for the item office supplies the sales and profit ratio is also good. But surprisingly, the furnitures category, even though sales is higher in western regions, but uh, there is not much profit. And so we need to further analysis by region. Like if we're gonna select only the southern region, we can see that technology item doing good in terms of sales and profit, but the office supplies is not doing that much good, because its sales is higher but the profit is not that much. And the furniture's profit is very low, so we need to check the costs of the furnitures for further analysis. For the northeastern state, the technology sales and profit is really good. The office supply sales and profit is also good. And here again the furniture sales, even though the sales is good, but the profit is really low. So if you go are gonna now we're gonna check the midwestern states, and here in this region we can see that the office supplies is higher than the technology in terms of sales and profit, but the technology is a close second. And again the furniture, even though the sales of furniture is really good here, but the profit is really poor. So now we are going to add another dimension to our data, which is the segment, the customer segment. So we plot this data in the shape of each plot. Like for the consumer, we are going to use the circle. For the corporate, we're going to use the square, and for the home office, we're going to use the plus symbol. So if you now need to analyze the region wise, so we go for the western region, And we can see that in Western region, the consumer types is doing really good, and also the corporate is also doing good. But uh, again, the home office sector is not doing that much good in terms of sales and profit. In southern region, we can see that the consumer level is really good in terms of technology, but in terms of furniture, even though the sales is really good, the profit is not that much good. And for the home office, in the three areas of furniture, office supplies, and technologies, the sales and profit is not that much good. Now we're gonna see the northeastern states here. The consumer section is doing really good in technology and office supplies, and the corporate section is doing well, but not that much. But the furniture sales, uh, even though it's good, but its profit is really bad. And here we can see that the consumer level furniture sales profit is really low, and the home office also. And for finally, for the Midwestern state, we can see that the consumer level office supply sales and profit is really good, and the corporate level technology sales and profit ratio is also good. But in the corporate level office supplies and the furniture's profit is not that much good as sales. And here we can see that the furniture, so the category furniture of consumer levels, we have a loss here, and also we got a loss for the segment home office and category furniture. So we need to further analyze why this loss is occurred. So this is the part 4 and the final part. We are going to analyze the diabetic data. First, we load the data in the Jupyter notebook in the pandas data frame, and we're going to see this. Here is 8 predictor variables and 1 target variable class. First, we are going to generate the histogram of all the variables, and we're going to see that the variable mass, PD, and the plasma mass and plasma got the normalized data, and the age data is skewed. After that, we're going to plot the data on the density graph. This is the density graph of all the variables. And then we're going to plot all the variables in the blocks plot, and you can see that the test data, the mal data, and the PD data, they got the much outliers than the other variables. So these uh, got so much like noise in the data. Finally, we're going to plot pairwise of each variables in a scatter plots, and we're going to see all the scatter plot here. So now, after that, we need to have further analysis of the data, and like doing our model for if we want to predict. We need to do logistic regressions in that case. So that is all. Thank you everyone. So if you like my videos, please subscribe my channel and gives a thumbs up.